I got 10 food bowls in the yard tonight. Let's hope it attracts a whole bunch of cats, including Sammy.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It's 8:24 a.m. and I just woke up about 15 minutes ago, and Nancy was on top of the armoire. And then she jumped down to the cat tower, and she jumped down on the floor. And I think right now, I hear her drinking water. So she must still be in the room. I ended up staying up until 2:22 a.m. last night, at which point I said, you know what, I can't keep doing this. I can't stay up any longer. I have to shut the traps and go to bed because I don't want to jeopardize my own health. So that's what I did. I shut the trap in the front yard, and I picked up the trap in the backyard, and I put it in the garage. And when I woke up this morning, the first thing that I did was look through the security camera footage from overnight. Sammy was not on it. Cousin Oliver was on it. And Bob was on it. Even the neighbor's cat was on it. But Sammy was not on it. So that is discouraging. And that is what I'm feeling this morning. I am feeling very discouraged. I'm feeling down, and I'm feeling discouraged. And I am going to allow myself to feel that for, I don't know, another 5 or 10 minutes while I'm filming this, just to document my process, because I don't want this to negatively affect the cats. Like, I don't want to be down for the cats. Today's Valentine's Day. I want to make a nice day for the cats. And a nice day for myself. And a nice day for other people. So being discouraged is not going to help anything. In fact, it's going to hurt things more than it's going to help things. Because I need to put more flyers around. I need to look in more neighbors' yards in case she's stuck somewhere. I need to potentially look through their garages because when I was handing out flyers yesterday, I remember walking back and looking at my neighbor's yard, and their garage was open, and they have a very long yard, like long and narrow. The garage is way in the back, and I remember thinking, I wonder if Sammy is like hiding in a garage somewhere. And then later that evening, when I was printing up the flyers, and the woman called me, like one of the women that are helping to find Sammy, that's something she mentioned. She said, well, you know, she might be stuck in someone's garage or something. I might try to do that today. It's, you know, that kind of thing. I would have to, you know, like knock on their door and see if they'll answer, and then try to get their permission to look around. So I just want Sammy to come back. Like, I just want her to be back. I'm super tired of, you know, just like every day dealing with a cat emergency. It's been a week and a half now. I'm thankful that my anxiety level is much lower than it was. Like, the worst part of the day for my anxiety is in the morning. Today I felt it. It was like a 1 or a 2. But now that I'm filming this, that has gone down a bit. So maybe when I felt it was like a 2, and now it's like a 1. Usually what happens is once I get up and start moving around, start my day, eat something, then it just either goes down or just stays really low. I am really tired, though. I got about 6 hours of sleep last night, so that was better than the night before. And I can take a nap if I need to, but I feel like taking those naps has really been chewing up a lot of time. I'm hoping today is sunny. It looks like it's going to be a sunny and nice day, and I really need that. I really need that for my own health and well-being, and I'm hoping maybe it'll bring Sammy out. I'm seriously discouraged that she did not come out last night, but, you know, it was super windy, so I hope she comes out today. If it is nice today and it's supposed to be in the low 40s, then I definitely want to spend more time outside to just kind of put my scent like all over the yard. Like they say, if you even just sit in the yard, your scent gets dispersed. So that's what I'd like to do. Those are the plans. But like what I really want to do more than anything is just rest. I still want to rest and recover. You know, I'm still dealing with Stella's death. I'm dealing with, the grief from that. I'm dealing with all of the stress and anxiety that I felt for like a solid week with regards to that. My body needs like extra time and recovery, and it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle. So I'm filming this now just to document what I'm feeling in case I need this for future reference or in case it helps somebody else get through a similar situation. Once I stop filming this, I'm going to check the security footage again. I'm going to drink something. I have some water and some juice next to my bed. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to put on a happy vibe. And I'm going to raise the energy in the house. And we are going to have the nicest day that we could have. It is 8:35 a.m. here, Splash. He's sleeping in this bed. Well, that was the last bed Stella used. Although it does not have Stella's scent on it because they put it through the laundry at the animal hospital. Here's some leftover crunchies from last night. More leftover crunchies. Here's Boo. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Boo. Good morning. Here's Simba. He's sleeping on my dining room chair. Good morning, Simba. It is 9:22 a.m. Here is Boo. He's hanging out by this window. I just opened it. The cats have not had open windows in quite some time because of the weather and just because of everything that's been going on here and because of how I've been feeling. So today I decided we're going to open the windows and the cats are going to have some nice fresh air, and maybe it'll disperse some of, their scent, and maybe Sammy will smell it and maybe she'll come back. Maybe. Right, Boo? They're not going to stay open for too long because it is cold out, but I'm in the process of getting ready for my day, so I thought I would give them this treat. They haven't had it in a while. It's 9:45 a.m. Here's Boo. He's hanging out by this open window. I'm getting ready for my day, and what I'm thinking about is, so like when the Lucky 7 lived outside, I had that automatic feeder set up for them, the same automatic feeder that they have downstairs. And what that did was, that went off like every 12 hours. So they would get fed twice a day from that feeder. And when that feeder would dispense food, they would all come running because they would hear it and possibly even smell it. And they would come for their meals. Now, since the cats have been downstairs, they have that automatic feeder like whenever I'm away. And anytime it comes out, the cats come around, they get really excited. And they also, love the sound of it, of the food coming out of the feeder and hitting a metal tray. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting the feeder out of my garage. The one that I used outside with the Lucky 7 was dismantled and just stored in my garage. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting that out and putting it together, making sure it works, and then setting it up somewhere on the patio. So that it goes off like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. And maybe that will help attract Sammy back to the yard. That's what I'm thinking, because not only is it food, which gives off a scent, but it's also the sound. And it's a sound she knows and associates with food. So I might try that today. The issue that I have with that is that last time when I set it up for the Lucky 7, I had like a large feeding table to put over it to protect it from the elements. Now I still have that large feeding table. It was put aside, like it's on the side of my yard. It's been covered with like a patio furniture cover, but I have no idea what condition it's in. It could be in like really, really bad condition. And Grandpa Farrell made that for me. So I don't even know if I'm capable of making one of those. I would have to like measure it and maybe go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, but that's really getting ahead of myself. Like right now, it's just an idea that came to me that I might try to do later. Right, Boop? Right, Boop? Simba's eating crunchies out of this crunchy tree. He's really good at this one. And I still have Boo's new crunchy feeder, like the blue one with the handles on it. Maybe I'll set that up for the cats later. Simba's having a good time. I have been wondering if I could now leave dry food out for the cats, because in the past I was never able to do that because Stella would basically eat everything. And sometimes Simba would eat everything also. It wasn't only just Stella. It was, other cats too. But, I mean, there's been crunchies in this crunchy tray for a few days now, and no one gorged on them. And, there are some crunchies left on the little plates this morning. So it's just something that I was wondering about. Another thing that I would like to do today, like there's so many things that I want to do today, it's not even funny. I still need to go to a few other locations of that vet emergency room, and I want to collect their business cards, and I want to do more research on their business model and their staff. And today potentially could be a good day to go to one of those other locations. So I might do that. There's so much that I want to do today, and the fact that it's sunny out just is really helping. It's just like really helping. It is 11 a.m. and the cats are having a Valentine's Day treat. So I have some of these heart-focused tulips. These are squeezable treats that are also vitamin infused, and this one focuses on the heart, so I thought it was appropriate for Valentine's Day. I had a few of these left from the Advent calendar, so Boo just had one of these. He's looking for another one, but he had his. I'm going to give one to Simba, and I'm going to give one to Splash. And I've had my Valentine's treat this morning. I opened up a few Valentine's presents, and one of them was chocolate. It was dark chocolate peanut butter cups. So I had 2 of those. I have not had any kind of sweets or treats or anything other than like the tapioca pudding that I've been eating in several weeks now. So especially anything with chocolate or caffeine, I was avoiding that at all costs. So it was really nice to have a few peanut butter cups today. Right, Bill? This is what the cats are having for breakfast. So they're having some turkey deli meat that I cut up for them. They're having a Fancy Feast Naturals chicken breast pate. They're having 2 types of Sheba pate, and then they're having a Fancy Feast broth. And hopefully they'll enjoy this. It's something different for them. There's your plate. Simba. Simba. Here you go, Simba. Here's your plate, Simba. Okay, eat your food, Boo. Everyone eat their food. They're having their Valentine's Day plates. Everyone eat their food, Simba. Boo's sniffing all around his plate. He's like, what do I have here? It's almost like a little buffet for the cats. There's Simba. He went straight for the broth, the Fancy Feast broth. And there's Splash. Splash is eating in the dining room. Is he going straight for the turkey breast? Yeah, he's going straight for the turkey breast. I am now downstairs with the Lucky 7, and I have these churros and squeeze-ups that have been down here. And I'll see if they would like any of these as a treat. Ziggy, you ready for a treat? You ready for a treat, Ziggy? Ziggy might eat one. Who else? Goldie might eat one. Nancy might eat one. Maybe Richard. Okay. Want a treat? There you go, Ziggy. There's Goldie. Goldie's like, can I have one? Okay, Goldie, you'll have one next, okay? Let Ziggy have hers first. Ziggy will have hers first, okay? They haven't had a squeezy treat in a while. Okay, Goldie. Okay, Goldie. Let Ziggy have hers first. There's little Eva. Happy Valentine's Day, Ziggy. Okay, let's get it. Let's get the rest from the bottom. Let's squeeze it up from the bottom. Okay. Here we go.
It's a wonderful day for a churro, a wonderful day for a treat. Cats love to lick up their churros because they are so fun to eat. Goldie is still very timid. She doesn't allow me to pet her. But when it's time for her favorite snack, she always makes sure that she gets hers. It's a wonderful day for a churro, a wonderful day for a treat. Cats love to lick up their churros because they are so fun to eat.
This is what the Lucky Seven are having as their Valentine's breakfast today. It's pretty much the same thing that the OG4 had, except instead of the Friskies broth, they're getting some baby food, and they're also getting some of the Blue Wilderness Crunchies on their plate. Okay, everybody, here you go. Ready, guys? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, Eva and Richard and Ziggy and Ringo and Goldie. I don't know where Goldie's going. This is Nancy's plate. I might have to bring this upstairs for her because she's already waiting by the door. She likes eating in the kitchen for some reason. But I hope everyone else enjoys their meal. It's something special for them. Look at Nancy. Nancy can be such a drama queen. What are you doing, Nancy? 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 What are you doing? So I just realized something. Because it's sunny today, like Sammy used to love laying in the sun by the back door. Like, what if Sammy comes by and I'm not here? Like, what if I'm out searching for her and she comes by? Or what if I'm out, like, running to that other emergency room and she comes by? That's a consideration. It's almost 12 p.m. Here's Richard. Simba is under the day sofa. I gave him what was left of his breakfast along with some crunchies on it under there. Here's Nancy. I hope Nancy and Richard were not bothering Simba. I'm going to open the windows a little bit again because, you know, as the sun comes up, it's gotten a little tiny bit warmer out. And I just wanted to talk about a strategy that has gotten me through the morning so far, and that is celebrating small wins. So my first small win of the day was obviously getting out of bed. My next small win of the day was taking a shower. My third small win was getting dressed. My fourth small win was making my bed. And what that has done by concentrating on these small wins, it has built momentum for my day. So I feel confident that I already have 4 small wins today. You could count more than that if you count like opening up some Valentine's presents and celebrating with the cats, giving them some special treats and feeding them their special breakfast. So I could actually count those as like 3 more small wins. Now it's noon. It's time for me to tackle some larger wins, right, Boo? I'm still trying to do things at a reduced speed so I don't like wear myself out again, and so that I don't move backwards. So I'm not 100% back up to speed, but I do need to get moving, and I would like to continue to make small achievements today. So I just wanted to document that. That's the kind of strategy that I'm currently using. Part of me wishes I had like a little board or a notebook with, you know, like little stars like you had when you were in school. And it's like, oh, I got a star today for getting out of bed. I got a star today for taking a shower. I get a star today for having breakfast, like that kind of stuff. So I'm not doing that though. I am happy with my progress so far. The other thing I wanted to document is that for like all of last week, I had a really hard time eating. I had no problem drinking. I could drink as much water as I needed. I could drink as much juice as I wanted. Like I was living on water and juice practically and hardly eating anything. But now I'm noticing that it's kind of flip-flopping, that I've eaten today. Had a hard-boiled egg and a banana and grape juice and 2 of the peanut butter cups. But I feel like I'm not drinking enough water again. So I need to make a concerted effort to drink water and to drink fluids versus eating. So that's what's going on. I just dug out the feeding table. And this is what it looks like. It is totally warped. I mean, look at this thing. The legs are a mess. Look at this side. Like all the legs are like bowed in. I don't even know if it's fixable. I thought maybe I'd be able to tighten the screws, but they're not even regular screws. Like I don't even know what kind of screws Grandpa Farrell used on these, but some of them have like a square hole on top. Others have like a star-shaped hole on top. I'm thinking what I have to do is just measure all these parts and then go to like Home Depot and see if I could buy them there and then construct something similar. Here's the automatic feeder that's been in my garage. And I'm debating whether I buy another one because in this blue tub, it looks like there's like mouse poop, like mouse droppings in the blue tub. So I know at one time I did have a mouse in my garage, maybe more than one, but I had mouse traps in the garage and I never caught a mouse in the mouse traps. But I'm wondering if at one time they had gotten in here. I don't know how sanitary this is. Like even if I clean it out, wash it out with bleach. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta get a pair of like rubber gloves, put those on and see what we're dealing with. So they say to clean up rodent droppings and stuff, you want to make a bleach solution. So that's what I made here. They say like 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. And then you want to let it sit for at least 5 minutes and then wipe it up with paper towels and then tie the paper towels up in a plastic bag. The first thing I want to do is see if I could get the feeder out, and I want to inspect the feeder. Now I did just order another feeder on Amazon, but it's not going to get here for another 2 days. I was hoping that they had like same day shipping on it, but they don't. The quickest is 2 days. If I want to use this today, I have to clean it and disinfect it. If I open up the feeder and it's like really bad inside, I'm not going to use it. But if it's not too bad and if I could disinfect it, then I will use it. So this whole thing looks like it is just full of mouse droppings. So yeah, I'm not using this. I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to grab a big black garbage bag, put this entire thing in the black garbage bag, dispose of it. I'll probably spray all this down with the bleach solution first and go to Lowe's or Home Depot and look for another plastic tub, and then I won't be able to put a feeder out for another few days unless I use the feeder that I have downstairs. That's the other option. And then replace the downstairs feeder with the new one that comes in 2 days. That's what I could do. It is 2:15 p.m. Here's Simba. Here's Nancy. I just got back from walking the neighborhood, looking for Sammy and handing out flyers. I handed out every flyer that I had with me. It is 35 degrees out. My face is like numb, like around my nose, my upper lip. It's like I can't even feel anything. So I need to sit down and just warm up for a while. Oh my God. It is so cold out. But what makes it worse is the wind. Like it is so windy out. So I came back and I need to drink some water, maybe some juice. I definitely have to warm up. Like, oh my God, I'm so cold. And, you know, one thing I'm learning, like as I hand flyers around, the neighborhood, you really get to know like who the good people are and who the idiots are, like who the assholes are. Let's put it that way. You really get a much better idea of things as you talk to more people. And, you know, missing a cat and trying to find a cat is a really good excuse to talk to people. So I'd definitely say more than half the people living in this neighborhood would be like good people. There's definitely percentage, maybe like 20%, like not so good. I want to think it's like less than 1 in 4, but yeah, it's been a really interesting experience. But at least now, you know, when I'm coming across some like jerk, it doesn't bother me like it did the other day. Like when the grief was a lot stronger and the anxiety was a lot stronger, then, when you talk to somebody who's less than polite, it can rattle you. But today I'm just like letting everything roll off my back. It's like, I don't care. I have a mission. My mission's to find Sammy. Now, I did get to look in a few of my neighbors' yards today. One of my other neighbors, I saw them outside. I was like, can I please search your yard? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I got to look around, and I mean, to me, I can't find her anywhere. I did see several decks that, I mean, people have decks and they don't have the bottom closed off. So, I mean, it's just like any animal could totally hang out there and be sheltered from like the elements. So there's plenty of places for her to shelter. But I don't know where she is right now. I mean, I walked so far, like I walked so many blocks, like just back and forth and like in the area, and I didn't see her anywhere. So I have no idea where she is. I bought 2 storage containers today. This is one of them. I thought this is going to be a tight fit. I don't even know if it's going to fit. It looks like maybe this is too tall for this. I bought one that's larger also. What I just realized is that I've been using this one with this split feeder, but if I'm going to put this outside, I need to find the part that attaches to the bowl. Like there's a part that snaps the bowl in. And if I can't find that, I can't use this. I mean, I guess I could use it and it'll just dispense food on the floor. But there's usually a bowl that snaps in. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work because even though it fits, if I try to put the cover on, I don't know if the cover is going to fit. Yeah, it is too tall for this one, so I'm going to have to return this. I got this at Home Depot, so I'll just return this later or tomorrow or another day. This is the other one that I bought, so it's like a perfect fit this way. And the top of this is all dusty. It needs to be cleaned off. The question is, will the cover fit on this? So the cover does snap on this one, but I would then need to figure out how I need to cut this to have like this part. I need to be able to access the bowl, but then I'm thinking that this part is going to have to stick out. But I believe the last time I did this, in order to keep like raccoons from sticking their arms up it, I only cut like a slit along the bottom so that the bowl would like come out this way. I need to find the bowl and I need to find the round thing that goes in there. I also have this tub, which has been outside for quite a while. And I bought this tub originally to make like a water station for the cats. I mean, this has been sitting outside for a few years now. And you see how this has this indentation here? Like I'm thinking all I need to do is cut out this entire indentation area. So maybe I'll use this one, and it still does have room on top. And then what I normally do is I have to put something heavy in the back of this so it doesn't get pushed back. And then I'll probably just do something, maybe some duct tape or something on the sides to keep it from moving. And then I have to figure out, maybe I'll put some bricks on both sides to keep it from moving. Maybe this would be the better solution. I still need to find the thing that holds the bowl on though. Okay, I just found the piece for the bowl and I think this fits it. Yeah, it's a perfect fit for this, so we're good to go. Now I need a box cutter and a heat gun. This is my heat gun. I think I got this at AC Moore, like before they went out of business. This is like a crafting tool. So I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna be kind of like a, almost like a blow dryer, but it doesn't blow like as intensely, and it is really hot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run it along like the edges where I wanna cut, and that should help soften the plastic. So it would be easier to cut it. I started the cut here and I was able to get it all the way down here. And then I started this one here and I have it about halfway down. I just need to heat this up a little bit. I have to make sure that I move the box cutter really slow because it's really easy to like slip and you don't want to cut yourself. Here we go. So I got it to work. What I had to do was I actually had to open up the top even higher. I pretty much opened it up all the way to this top trim. And then on the upper portion, I had to scoop out each side a little bit more. And on the bottom, I wanted to keep it as tight to the feeder as I possibly could. And then I found the ring, it just snaps up there. So now what I need to do is I need to take the bowl goes in there like that, but I have to take binder clips to hold it on because otherwise then the raccoons can take it off. Even though I haven't really seen raccoons recently, I know they're around and I know they'll do that. So I tested it out and it is dispensing food. I got 4 binder clips holding the bowl on. I programmed it. So 7 a.m. it's going to dispense 3/4 of a cup. 12 p.m. it'll do half a cup, and then 5 p.m. it'll do 3/4 of a cup, and I could then adjust that as needed. I just put a really heavy bag of rock salt behind the feeder, and I have to look for some kind of bricks or something. So I'm out on the patio, and I decided I'm going to look underneath the patio cover. Can you see who's under there? Cousin Oliver is hanging out on one of the chairs. On that far chair. At least I think it's Cousin Oliver. I don't know if you could see him because it's really dark. But it looks just like him. It's a tabby cat. He looks very happy under there. It's probably very warm. It feels warm, right? Can you see him? See him over there? He's hanging out on that chair. Yeah, it's nice and warm under there. He has a nice soft chair to lay on. There's the old feeding table. I just put it on top of the automatic feeder, just for now. Maybe it'll straighten itself out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I should get like a really heavy brick and put it on top of the table. But it does provide its purpose. Like, it does shelter it from the weather. I just cut 6 legs for a new feeding table. These are 15-inch legs. So I bought an 8-foot 2x2 at Home Depot. And then I brought it home. I marked off 15-inch segments. And I literally just cut it with like a little handsaw. This is the board that I bought to use as the top of the table. It's just like a thin board. It's like 2 feet by 4 feet. And what I want to do is I want to put 6 legs on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's probably going to get warped like the other one, but I'm assuming it'll get warped over time. You know, this is not going to last forever. I'm not going to paint it right away. I'm just going to put the legs on and put it over the feeder. Maybe eventually I'll paint it to weatherproof it a little bit more. But right now, I'm just looking for, like, utility. Okay, so I just got the table done, and I'm actually concerned about the top because it's thinner than, like, the other tables that Grandpa made. Do you see how thin the top of this table is? Like, it'll obviously, like, block rain or snow from falling on the food, but I don't know. Hopefully no heavy raccoons or anything are going to jump on top of it. All right, so there we have it. We have the feeder, and then we have the table. And the reason why I'm putting it here is because this is where I had the feeder and the table for the Lucky 7. When they were living outside, I had the feeder and the table right here. Now, when Boo and Hydrox were outside, I had the feeder over here, like the feeder and the table over here. I'm not going to clear this area out right now. I think over here, for now, it'll be fine. I do want to find some kind of heavy brick to put on top of the table, on top of the feeder. I've decided that I am going to run to Lowe's and see if I could buy a paver to put on top of this table, because all the ones in the yard are like frozen to the ground. So maybe I could buy a nice sized one to put on top. Also, I'm going to buy some cat food, some really cheap dry cat food, and I'm just gonna put it like all over my yard. I'm gonna put it in the feeders. I'll put some in the front. I'm just gonna put it wherever I could put it, so maybe it'll attract like every cat in the neighborhood, including Sammy. It is 8:08 p.m. I just got home. I went to Home Depot to return those 2 plastic tubs I won't be using. I bought a paver to put on top of the feeding table, just kind of hold it down, to weight it down. I bought another brick for inside of the tub that I have the feeder in outside. And then after I went to Home Depot, I went to Target. I haven't been to Target in so long. And I was looking for some kind of dry cat food. I was thinking I'll buy some of the cheaper supermarket brand cat foods, but I can't do it because they have those artificial colors in it. And after I had like that really just horrible situation when I ate the candy with all those artificial colors. I just can't bring myself to buy dry cat food that has a ton of artificial colors in it. So I ended up with this IAMS Proactive Health. One of the things that I found in the garage today when I was digging out that automatic feeder is all of these food bowls. And like I used these way back when like Boo and Hydrox were on the patio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put dry food in one half and I'm going to put water in the other half. And I'm going to place them around my yard. Like wherever I have cameras outside, I'm going to put one of these. And I'm even going to put these places where I don't have cameras. And I'm just going to try to attract every cat in the neighborhood, including Sammy. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm also going to put some of the dry food in this bowl. I might put some of the 9 Lives wet food in this bowl. And then way in the back where the heated kitty cafe is, I might put some of the wet food there also. Everywhere else is just going to get the dry food in the water. This is what I put outside for the cats. It's 9 Lives meaty pate super supper. And Boo is going crazy over it, so I gave him some. And he's really enjoying it. Maybe he's flashing back to when he used to live outside also. But he's, like, I haven't seen him enjoy food like this in quite a while. Look at Boo, he's stretching. Here's Simba. So Simba is drinking some tuna juice that was left over from my lunch. But look at Boo's plate. So I gave him like some of the IAMS crunchies and the 9 Lives cat food, and he's having a ball. So I'm wondering if I'll just give the same thing to all the other cats for a Valentine's dinner. I used to give them Friskies on holidays as a special treat, but lately they don't like eating that. You know, I give it to them and then nobody eats their food, so maybe they'll like this better. It's 8:33 p.m. and I have 10 food bowls all around my yard. So there's one here on the back steps. There's a camera. There's the heated bowl with wet food in it. Over here along this pathway, there's dry food and water. There's dry food in the automatic feeder. There's wet food and water right here. There's also a camera pointed at it. And then here on the side of the house, there's a food bowl with dry food and water. There's a camera pointed at that. Here in the front of the house, here's a bowl with dry food and water. And then down on the bottom of the steps on the walkway, there's another bowl with dry food and water. And then there are 2 more bowls with dry food and water. One is way on the left-hand side of the front yard. The other one is way on the right-hand side of the front yard. So there's pretty much cat food surrounding the entire house except for like one side of the house. I didn't put anything on that side. There's a camera pointing out the front door. There's a camera on the bottom of the steps pointing that way. And there's another camera downstairs pointing out of a window. So that's what's going on. I got 10 food bowls in the yard tonight. Let's hope it attracts a whole bunch of cats, including Sammy. Look at Simba. He's wearing some rollers, or he was. Simba! It's 11:58 p.m. I have to show you what I just found on my watch. I walked 14,985 steps today. That's more than 7 miles. I walked more than 7 miles today. That's crazy. When I think about the fact that just a few days ago, like I had no energy at all. Like I had no idea how I was making it through a day. Like, oh my gosh, like all I wanted to do was lay on the couch because I felt so horrible. Today, I walked more than 7 miles. And a lot of that was walking the neighborhood looking for Sammy. And a lot of that was walking the neighborhood and putting flyers out. And the rest of it was, you know, around the yard, working on stuff, getting the automatic feeder set up, making that table, running to the store, running to Home Depot, running to Target. I can't believe I walked more than 7 miles today. 1 week ago today, just about this time, I was realizing that Sammy went missing. Because a week ago today, I served the cats their dinner. Sammy did not show up for dinner. And then I thought she was hiding in the house. I couldn't find her. Then I had to run out to the animal emergency room to pick up a bunch of business cards. And then when I got back, I'd look for Sammy again. And even when I went to bed, I wasn't sure that she was definitely not in the house because sometimes she hides. I made that little bed in the kitchen so I could even sleep in the kitchen by the back door. I was so stressed out. I was full of anxiety, so much grief, absolutely no energy. Like I was barely functioning. And today, like I'm almost back up to full speed, almost. And I know tomorrow the morning's going to be rough again. This morning was rough. Yesterday morning was rough. Tomorrow morning's going to be rough. I know that. But I'm going to take the same strategy to get through my day. I'm going to go for small wins in the morning. A small win like getting out of bed. A small win like getting dressed. A small win like, getting the cats fed, getting myself fed. And then hopefully I'll accumulate enough small wins that I'll be able to achieve bigger wins throughout the day. I had some pretty big wins today. I mean, handing out all those flyers, that was a big win. Setting up the automatic feeder, that was a big win. Building a new feeding table, that was a big win. Putting all those bowls of food outside, that was a big win. Making a nice holiday dinner for the cats, that was a big win. The only thing we need to do is shrimp. I did buy shrimp to cook for them today, but they were enjoying the food that they don't normally have so much that I was like, I could always do shrimp another day, maybe tomorrow. So, considering the circumstances, it was an okay day. Now, that being said, I really didn't get any work done as far as work goes. So I'm very thankful that the people I work with are very understanding about what's been going on here. And that they allow me the freedom and flexibility to get things done on my own time and my own schedule. I know that's very rare. Most people don't have that. The other thing I haven't done is videos in a while. I don't even know when the last video I put up on this channel is, so I'd like to get one of those posted. Also, I started a new vlog episode yesterday. I was hoping to finish it yesterday, but I feel like I want to do as much as I can to try to find Sammy, and that's more timely and more important than posting a vlog, because I could always catch up with a vlog. And I feel like with Sammy, time is of the essence here. Right, Simba? Simba's like, shut the light. I want to go to bed. Okay, Simba, you going to go to bed? I'm going to go to bed now. I'm getting ready for bed myself. I think I'm going to try to sleep downstairs today. I haven't slept downstairs in a while. I'm going to sleep on the couch. Right, Simba? I'm going to see if I can sleep on the couch downstairs. If not, I could always just get up and come up and go to bed, but I think I'm going to give it a try. I'm so tired. I was almost falling asleep when I was sitting on the sofa before. Boo was sitting next to me, and I was just looking through some emails and stuff, and I almost just dozed off. But then I was like, no, I have to scoop the litter. I just finished scooping the litter a little while ago. I don't know why I forgot to do it earlier, but I did it now, so the cats are good. Until tomorrow. Okay, Simba. Okay, you relax. It's 7:52 a.m. here, Splash. Here's Nancy. Nancy woke me up this morning, almost an hour ago, because Nancy was howling. Nancy, who were you howling at? I don't know who she was howling at, but she was howling at somebody. I don't know if she was howling in this room or in the hallway or in the living room or what. Somebody has been banging on the door. You coming up, Ziggy? You coming up? Here's Simba. He's laying on a dining room chair. And here's Boo. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Boo. So I checked the security camera this morning, all the security camera footage, and Sammy did not come by last night. I mean, if she did, she was not on any of the security cameras. And I have them all over the yard, so chances are very good she did not come by last night. The only animal that was on any of the security camera footage last night was Cousin Oliver, aka Ox, and he's having a ball. You know, I left all that food out all over the yard, and he ate from like 3 or 4 of those food bowls. So hopefully he's not going to continue to eat all the food. The weather today is supposed to be a little bit warmer than yesterday. We're supposed to get up to maybe 35, 36 in the afternoon, but then it's going to start snowing. So it's supposed to start snowing in the middle of the afternoon, and then it's going to continue either snow, rain, sleet throughout the night. So I'm going to leave all the food bowls out where they are until we start getting precipitation, and at which point I'm going to move them all into the garage. I might need to get, I just returned those 2 plastic storage tubs to Home Depot yesterday, but I might need to get, or I might need to find, maybe I have one here, another plastic storage tub that I could put these food bowls in, because I don't want to just leave them in the garage if there's an access for mice to get in. I think that's what happened with the automatic feeder. So I think somewhere there's like a little tiny hole where mice can get into the garage. And I probably left some food in that feeder when I brought it in. And mice probably found it and ate it. That's why there was not a shred of food left in it when I found it in the garage. So I think that's what they did. I think they came in, they ate the food, and then they left. So if I'm going to take the food in from the bowls, I probably want to put it in some kind of plastic container. Unless what I do is I just take the dry out of the bowls and stick it in like a smaller storage tub, or even like a Ziploc bag. It's, you know what, I'm thinking out loud right now. It's really going to depend on the quality of the food and, how good it still is after being out. But it's been so cold out. I mean, it's like just putting food out into a refrigerator or a freezer, basically. Boo, are you a happy boy? You a happy boy? Look what I just found here in the living room. Somebody threw up some crunchies on top of the carrier, on top of this towel. I'm going to have to clean that up. Another thing that's been happening with the dry food is that the birds have been eating it. And I was thinking about that this morning because when I look at the security camera footage every morning, it's full of birds. And this morning I thought, oh, great, this is going to be some really expensive bird seed because all the birds are going to eat the cat food. Splash is laying in bed watching his sisters walk around. Nancy and Ziggy. Today was the first morning that I did not wake up to anxiety. Right, Ziggy? I slept so good. So I went to sleep downstairs first, but I woke up probably around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go upstairs because it was cold down there. It's colder than up here. So I came upstairs and I went to bed and immediately fell asleep and did not wake up until I heard Nancy howling today, right around 7 a.m. So that was good. And then when I woke up, I did not get hit with anxiety, which is also good. Right, Ziggy? Usually it comes on a little bit like after waking up. It's not like, open your eyes and there's anxiety. It's like open your eyes and then sometimes it's a few seconds later, or sometimes it might be like a minute later, but then it hits me, and it did not hit me today. I don't know why. So I got to get my day started. There's a whole bunch of stuff I would like to do today. I would like to put more flyers around for Sammy. Nancy's looking at Splash, and Splash is not happy about that. I bought some door hangers on Amazon. They're basically like plastic bags that I can put the flyers in. And then I could hang them on doorknobs. I could hang them on mailboxes. Like I could hang them around. And I think that will give them more visibility because, you know, sometimes people don't check their mailboxes all the time. But if they're going in and out or something, they'll definitely see something hanging on their door. Also, I found out that you're not supposed to put the flyers in people's mailboxes because the post office doesn't like it. But, you know, the post office doesn't like their customers to begin with. Like, I have massive problems with the U.S. Postal Service. I don't think they always have their customers' best interest in mind. Let's put it that way. It is 10:30 a.m. and I'm just about to feed the cats. I was just about to call them to breakfast. And look at what's going on here. Do you see this? Do you see this? Someone wiped their butt on the floor. It's so nasty. I don't know who did this. I'm going to say it had to be either Boo, Splash, or Simba, because those are the three that are up here right now. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at their butts, but this is so nasty. I have to clean it up now. I cleaned up the floor. Here's Boo. And Boo has a clean butt. And Simba has a clean butt. And I'm assuming it's Splash because I did not get to look at his butt, but when I went near him to look at his butt, he stunk like poop. It is 33 degrees out, but it feels colder because there is no sun today. It is supposed to start snowing in less than an hour, and I would like to go put more flyers around. I just bagged up 100 flyers. I have them in these plastic door hanger bags, so hopefully it'll be easier to put these around. Here's Boo. The problem that I'm having is that I ate the wrong breakfast today. So I had 2 oranges, felt great. Then I decided that I'm going to make myself some French toast. And I had 2 pieces of sourdough bread, and I used an egg for the batter. I didn't put any milk in there. And I had some elderberry jam and then some maple syrup. The problem is that it has relaxed me too much. Like, the bread has just kind of, it's making me tired. It's like mellowing me out, making me tired. And I'm trying to fight that feeling. I would love to just lay down and take a nap right now. And that's actually what happened the other day when I made French toast. I made it with a different type of bread, and I had to take a nap, like after breakfast. So, note to self, don't eat French toast when you want to have a productive day, right, Boo? Boo ate his breakfast. The cats had homemade raw food for breakfast. And what I did for Boo was I took some of those ICYMI Crunchies, just a few of them, and I pushed them in the food like they're chocolate chips, so they're like all around the food. And then he eats the food because he has to dig them out. So he enjoyed that. Right, Boo? Okay, do your job, Boo. If you see Sammy in the yard, you let me know, okay? So most of the bowls of food in the front yard are completely empty because the birds ate them. I'm going to have to take the bowls in later as soon as it starts precipitating. Here's Simba. So what I have to do right now to convince myself to leave and put flyers around is tell myself that I only have to do like 1 block. And if I do 1 block, then at least I'm making progress. And maybe if I do 1 block, then I could do 2 blocks. And if I do 2 blocks, maybe I could do like a whole square block. So I have the map in my mind. I looked at it this morning as far as, okay, which houses already have flyers, which houses don't. So I know where I need to go. And that's what I'm going to do. It's 1:20 p.m. Here's Richard. I just got back. I handed out 100 flyers. So I need to mark it down on the map so I remember exactly where I handed them out. It's so much easier to hand them out when they're in bags, like when you could just hang them on doorknobs. So much easier. Look at Nancy. And it's really easy to get discouraged. You know, Sammy's been missing for more than a week now. And it's so easy to let my mind wander into like thinking the worst, especially because as I'm handing out these flyers, I'm walking all over the neighborhood and there's like no sign of her anywhere. So it's super easy to get discouraged. But then something like this happens. So I'm like 2/3 of the way through handing out the flyers and I see a woman walking her dog, like an older woman with a big dog. So I said, "Excuse me, have you seen a little black and white cat?" And then she comes up to me and she goes, "Oh, I have your flyer." She goes, I'm carrying it on me right now in case I see her. And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you so much." And I got to talking with her, and it ends up that she takes a 3-mile walk every day with her dog because her dog just loves walking and loves the exercise. I don't know what kind of dog it is, but it is a pretty big dog. And she was a kind of small, older woman. But she was like just really sharp as a tack and just seemed like she was in great shape. And she was telling me that, she goes to her doctor and her doctor says, like, "Are you still walking?" And she goes, "Yeah, 3 miles a day." And he goes, "Okay, keep it up. It's doing really good for you." So, she's not out there walking 3 miles just on the nice days. She's out there walking 3 miles on the nasty days like today. Like, it's 34 degrees out. It's gray. It's cold. But she's out there every day walking 3 miles because of her dog, because her dog loves it. Something like that gives me hope because she's like, "Yeah, I have your flyer. I saw it and I've been looking for her." Just like a random stranger, to tell me that. And then she's like asking me like, "Oh, do you live on this street? Do you live over here?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, yeah, I know that house. We walk past it every day." So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's awesome." So she walks her dog along the woods. And that's how, she knew the area. So something like that happens, and then it gives you hope. Like running into my landscaper's wife the other day, that gave me hope. Running into this woman who's carrying the flyer with her, who's looking for Sammy, that gives me hope. Because, it's really easy to lose hope and get discouraged. But I do have to say, like, even as I'm walking around, I'm not seeing cats out there. Like, I know there's a lot of cats out there. I know there's like local feral cats like all over the place, but I'm not even seeing them. I want to believe it's the weather. That's what I want to believe. But like, even when I'm walking around, I never see Oliver or Bob, like the 2 cats that come in my yard. I never see them when I'm walking around. So they're hanging out somewhere. So I'm hoping Sammy's hanging out somewhere. I just looked outside and it is starting to snow. So I'm going to walk around the yard. I'm going to see if I could leave some of the food outside, like here under this bush. Maybe I can leave it under the bush. Maybe I could leave it like next to the house. I got to see if there's any like little protected areas where I can put it. So earlier today after breakfast, I took 1 drop of each of these Bach flower remedies. These are the 5 that I ordered and the 5 new ones that I'm taking. Olive, rock rose, white chestnut, star of Bethlehem, and sweet chestnut. And these have been working great for me. Here's Ziggy. Hello, Ziggy. So for lunch today, I had a bowl of soup. It was the last of the leftover soup that I made the other day. And I had it with some extra peas in it. And I also had my tapioca pudding. I don't have any tapioca pudding left. I think that's going to be it for me. I've been eating half a cup a day, and each little tub has 5 servings. So I've eaten 10 servings of tapioca pudding over the past week, and I think that's it. I'm going to see if I could get by without any more of it. I also had a dark chocolate peanut butter cup, and I had a double chocolate mini cupcake, like really mini. We're talking like bite size, and the icing was way too sweet, but that was a leftover Valentine's treat. And I'm just about to take my supplements. I'm going to take my adrenal glandular. I'm going to take my Ultra One Daily Multivitamin. And I'm going to take my adrenal support herbal capsules. And I just want to make sure that I stick with this routine and this protocol, even though I'm feeling better, even though my anxiety is pretty much gone. I just want to make sure I just continue to strengthen my adrenals and to, improve my nutrition through the multivitamin. It is 3:49 p.m. It is now snowing. And I just woke up from a nap. Oh my gosh, my body needed that so bad. I took my vitamins and supplements, and then the next thing I know, I was just feeling so comfortable and so relaxed. I was like, I'm just gonna put my head down and take a little nap. I don't know how long I was napping, but it was quite a while. And then I woke up to what sounded like, I thought it was a cat vomiting, but it was a cat trying to get into my bedroom closet. I have sliding doors on it, so they're like banging on the door. Here's Simba. I was listening to a meditation. Like someone posted a video about how they found their lost cat through a meditation technique of like connecting to the cat through meditation. Their cat was missing for 3 weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope Sammy's not missing for 3 weeks. I hope she comes home sooner than that. But I was trying to follow the meditation, but every time I put it on, I would just like fall asleep. So that happened a few times. And then finally I was like, yeah, I just need a nap. So to wake me up, I'm going to eat what I have left of this bag of lesser evil space balls. I probably have like this much left. I ate most of this yesterday. Made with real organic cheddar cheese and avocado oil. I love lesser evil snacks. I'm going to have this along with some seltzer water. And then I'm going to put a game plan together because there are some errands and things I do want to get done today. Look at Nancy's foot. And there's Richard. Richard's watching me. Richard's like, what are you doing? Watch. Hey, Nancy. Hello, Nancy. What you doing? Look at what happened to the cat food that I put outside. So this is the little bowl with food by the back door. Watch this. And there goes the cat food. And this is the automatic feeder. Here's Ziggy and Ringo. The trees outside are covered in snow again. What are you guys doing? I'm gathering my things so I could go out and get some stuff done. Because if I don't go today, nothing's open tomorrow. We have blue laws in this county, and everything's closed on Sundays. So hopefully I will not be out very long. And then when I come back, it'll just be a nice, relaxing evening at home, and maybe I'll work on the rest of the vlog video that I really want to get posted. Every day that goes by that I don't post a video, I'm falling farther and farther behind. But I think when you watch these videos that I'm filming now, you'll understand why I haven't been posting this past week. I've really been focusing on myself and on Sammy and trying to get her back. Speaking of which, let me show you the bags that I bought at Amazon. So these are door hanging bags, and they have this hole here so you can hang them on a doorknob or a door handle or like wherever you can hang them. And these are 12 inches by 6 inches, and they give you like from here to here is 9 inches. So if you take a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and if you make a flyer out of half of that, so it's like 8.5 by 5.5, it fits perfectly in here. And this pack is 100. So these are 100 bags. So what I did this morning was I just slid, like there's the opening here, you just slide the flyer in here, and then I just turned it. You just keep sliding the flyer in, sliding the flyer in, sliding the flyer in. So then what you have is you have a bundle of 100 flyers in bags. And the bags help to protect the flyer from the elements. And the door hanger makes it just really easy to distribute the flyers. So that's what I did. I actually bought a box of 1,000 of these. It was around, I want to say it was around $35 for a box of 1,000 of these. I used 100 of these today, and now I have 900 more. So maybe another thing that I'll do like later or tomorrow is just bag up another 100 flyers. I printed out like 240 flyers the other night, And I used 100 today, and I've used a few more than that yesterday. I don't know, maybe I did like 40 or 50 yesterday. I don't remember. I'll have to go see how many I have left. But this has been great as far as distributing the flyers. And this is my old school newspaper delivery bag. So this is not authentic. This was actually made by Land's End. I don't know, maybe like 20 years ago. I saw it in their stores, and I have a green one, and somewhere I also have a yellow one. But when I saw these in the stores, I was like, oh my God, these are exactly like the old-fashioned newspaper bags, because when I was like 12 years old, my first job was delivering penny savers. The penny saver was a weekly newspaper that went out to the neighborhood. It contained some local news, but it was mostly like coupons and flyers and discounts and stuff like that. And what I used to have to do with those is I used to have to put them in bags very similar to the bags that I just showed you. Like I'd get a box of the newspapers and the inserts, and then they'd give you the bags, and you would have to put all the newspapers and the inserts in the bags, and then you'd put all the completed bags in one of these bags, and you'd sling it over your shoulder, and then you'd go around and you'd deliver the newspapers once a week to like whatever house was on your route. So this is the bag that I've been using with the flyers for Sammy. And I am just getting so many flashbacks to when I was little and when I was delivering papers. So that's how I was able to efficiently distribute so many flyers in about an hour today. And I still have the tag on this. It says it is a canvas newspaper tote. This is Kelly Green. And it was originally priced $29.50, but I know for a fact I probably got that for like 50 or 60% off, because that's why I bought a few of these. And today, in addition to the flyers, I also had some tissues just in case I needed some, a flashlight in case I was going to look for Sammy somewhere, some of these Dreamies treats in case I saw her somewhere, and then just a little bottle of juice in case I needed some extra energy. And so it worked out really well. It's almost 10 p.m. I just got home. I stocked up on a bunch of canned cat food. I also got some more of the Pedialyte. I got 2 bottles of this unflavored Pedialyte. This is the kind that does not have artificial colors or anything, just in case, you know, any of the cats are sick, or if I'm sick in the future. I always like to have at least 1 bottle of this on hand. And I also found this, which I've never seen in a store before. This is Arm & Hammer Health IQ Cat Litter Additive. So this says it is a color-changing health indicator, and you could put this on any type of litter. So I could even use this with the clay litter that the cats have been using, and then it tells you about the different colors. And it's pretty much the same colors as like the litter that we have now. Orange means low pH, indicating conditions such as bladder stones or acidosis. Yellow-green indicates cat urine when it's within the typical pH range. And then blue is high pH, may indicate conditions such as urinary tract infections or bladder stones. I also went to the Dollar Tree and I stocked up on these cans of 9 Lives. I got like 12 of these. These are 13-ounce cans of the Meaty Pate Super Supper, and Boo went crazy for this last night, and I've been putting this outside in the yard to try to attract Sammy, and Ox, or Cousin Oliver, has been enjoying it. So I figure for $1.25 a can, that's a really good deal. So let me just stock up while they have it, because with the Dollar Tree, sometimes they have stuff and then you go back and they don't have it anymore. So I got a bunch of these. And then I got a bunch of stuff for the cats at Trader Joe's, or potentially for me also. This is oven roasted turkey breast. The cats like having this as a treat or a snack, and turkey is high in L-tryptophan, so turkey can help with relaxation. And I picked up a package of organic free-range chicken drumsticks with the hope of making chicken soup out of this, both for myself and for the cats. I could get a few quarts of chicken broth out of these 5 chicken drumsticks. I got 3 cans of unsalted sardines in spring water for the cats. I think we're down to our last can, and the cats like it when I mix this into their homemade raw food. This is high in omega-3s. And I also got 3 cans of this solid white albacore tuna in water, no salt added. Again, the cats like to have this as a treat. Sometimes I'll mix it into their food. I got this 8-piece of fried chicken. I ate 2 of the pieces. I ate 2 of the drumsticks because I was really hungry when I was running around. And I figure I'll use the rest for bait outside to try to lure Sammy. Everyone keeps telling me that cats love fried chicken as well as like stinky sardines, but so far it hasn't been working, but maybe this will. I just put everything away. Here's Boo. How you doing, Boo? Now I get to scoop the litter boxes, put fresh water in the water bowls, feed the cats, and then clean up the kitchen. Right, Boo? It's 10:44 a.m. Here's Splash. And here's Boo. And I'm just getting out of bed. So Splash and Simba woke me up at 7 a.m. But I did not get to bed until about 2:30 a.m. So I only had like 5 hours of sleep. I have to clean up what's left from crunchy time last night. Here's Simba. For some reason, Simba and Splash got into a big fight this morning in the dining room. And that's what woke me up. I had to get out of bed to see what was going on. And then what happened was I checked the security camera footage and no sighting of Sammy overnight. But last night before I went to bed, I discovered like a lost cat specialist on the internet. And she has a whole bunch of material out there. And she has like a lost cat kit. So I bought it last night, downloaded it. And it's like a video and a book, and the video is like an hour long. So I watched the video while I was laying in bed this morning, and I was taking notes on the video. And I'm currently in the process of reading the book. Now, a lot of what she says is the exact opposite of what I've been doing the past few days. Like, I put food all over the yard to try to attract like every cat and animal, but I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm actually supposed to be doing the opposite. I'm supposed to be removing all of the food out of the yard. And then I'm supposed to figure out some way to keep the back door propped open a little bit. I do have a chain on the door, so I could always like open it and keep the chain on it to allow the cat to return home and just walk in the door. Now, that's obviously a challenge for many reasons. So right now it's the middle of winter. It's like 34 degrees out. It's going to be very cold to do that. The other challenge is the Lucky 7. So at night, the Lucky 7 stay downstairs. So the OG4 and the Lucky 7 can all, get sleep, and there's no fighting overnight, and, there's no stress overnight. So I would have to somehow figure out how to get the Lucky 7 upstairs at night so that no one's downstairs. The other thing is, I don't just have, Sammy's not the only cat out there. There's other cats, there's possums, raccoons, skunks. Anyone could potentially walk in the door, and not just Sammy, so that's an issue. And the other option is like near my back door. When you come in the back door, it goes straight down a flight of stairs to the basement area. So maybe I would be able to figure out a way to just block off those stairs, although I don't know how I would be able to do that. I would have to kind of look at it and see. Maybe I could get like a piece of wood or something like that I could prop up on the stairs. I can't use gates. There's not enough room to put the gates. So I don't know. Right now I'm still reading the book. I'm still digesting the information. The other thing I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to really, really search my yard, the neighbors' yards, like deep searching. So I can't do it today because it's raining. Also because I'm exhausted. The past 2 days I've run around so much. I'm completely exhausted. I need today as a day of rest, even though I need to do a ton of laundry. I need to do a little bit of cleanup in the house, but I want to spend the vast majority of the day laying on the couch, working on my computer, and stuff like that. It is 1:15 p.m. and here's Boo. And it looks like an Amazon Prime truck just pulled up, so I might be getting a shipment. I actually have 2 items that are supposed to be arriving today. It's raining. It is supposed to rain all day. I just got all the cats fed. Everything's taking like so long this morning. I feel like I'm doing everything in slow motion because I'm so tired. I had breakfast myself. So what I would like to do is finish reading the information about finding a lost cat. Yeah, this is an Amazon delivery. And then I'm going to have to find an umbrella or something so I could go outside and collect all of those cat food bowls that are all over the yard. I also want to open up the greenhouse and put something inside the greenhouse. Maybe if Sammy smells that, she'll go in the greenhouse. Right, Boop? I just got these windproof clotheslines. It's like 3 of them for like $8 or 3 of them for $9. And what I want to do with these, once it stops raining, is I want to hang one between the house. I'm going to hang it by the back door, and I'm going to hang it to this corner of the garage. It should just fit. It's about 16 feet, and these are 5 meters, and these are adjustable. And so what I would like to do is I would like to then hang some of the blankets that the cats use downstairs that have their scent all over them. I want to hang those on the clothesline, and the reason why is because I feel like there will be better air circulation if I do that. So if I hang something out there that's like scented like the cats, I feel that it'll get more air circulation hanging on a clothesline than it will, for example, if I just leave it on a chair by the back door, or if I just leave it on top of like this patio chair. Like that's a pair of sweatpants, for example. I feel like, it's not getting as much air circulation as it should. Also, this back patio area is pretty much an enclosed space. So on this side of the square, we have the house, which we're in right now. On that side of the square, we have the garage, which extends that way. Over here, we have very tall hedges, which are like a privacy barrier. So that extends like really high, and that's like this part of the square or the rectangle. And then along this edge, we have the fence and the greenhouse. So it's like an enclosed rectangle, and then, you could go behind the garage, like over there. So there is like more space, but I feel like just this area over here is kind of like an enclosed area. And that's why when we get like high winds and stuff, the winds can whip in here and they'll actually form like little cyclones in here. And that's why in the past, like I had a glass patio table, and then we got really heavy winds and the entire table flipped and shattered because of the way that the wind moves in this area. For some reason, like the wind can get trapped in here and it just like circulates, like goes in a circle versus just freely flowing away. So I'm hoping maybe the clotheslines will help bring her back. I don't think this weather's helping. I don't think rain all day is helping, but I'm very happy it's rain and not snow. That is one good thing. I'm just like so thankful that we have rain and not snow. Right, Nancy? Right, Nancy? Call your sister home. Go call her home, Nancy. Call her home. It is 4:13 p.m. and I just brought in all of the food bowls. I'm going to leave this heated bowl plugged in, and I'm not going to put any food in it. I brought in the heated kitty cafe. I also disassembled the automatic feeder. There's the table. And I put that in a plastic storage tub. There's a whole bunch of birds around here waiting for some kind of food to come out. But the cat food that I've put out over the past several days, the vast majority of it has been eaten by birds. So I'm not putting any out right now. What I'd like to do is like take a walk around the block and just, keep an eye out for Sammy, maybe take a walk along the woods, see if she's around there, or I don't know where she is. She hasn't been seen in 6 days. I just put a calendar together and I marked off like the day she went missing and the 2 times that I've seen her, and the last time I saw her was 6 days ago. So it is getting concerning. I did order a few more cat finding tools, pieces of equipment that could help me search for her. But other than that, I've just been learning about cat detectives and pet detectives and methods that they use to find lost cats. And I'm going to put what they say to use, which is why I took all the food bowls in. So we'll see what happens. It should definitely help as far as the security cameras go, because the birds keep setting off the security cameras. So without all these birds eating all the food, there will be a lot less movement in the yard. It is 5:19 p.m. I'm in the greenhouse, and I just grabbed one of the blankets from downstairs that the cats like to lay on. I'm putting it here on this chair. I was just sitting on this chair for a while. It's quite cozy in here right now. So the 2 heaters are on, the Christmas lights are on, which are giving off heat, and also the dehydrated covers giving off warm air. What I'm going to do tonight is leave the door open. So I have this plastic covering the door. So I'm just going to leave it open like this and see if any cats go in. I got to figure out if I have a camera that I could point at this greenhouse or even put in the greenhouse just to keep an eye on what's going on in here. So I just walked around the immediate neighborhood. The information I found online is to try to keep your search within like 500 feet of your house. So I made like a big circle and I walked all around. I walked along the woods. There's no sign of her near the woods. And then there's a brook in the woods. And because of all the rain, it's like really heavy right now. Like there's a lot of water in it. So I walked to the other side of it and I was trying to look on that side, but it's harder to get in and get a better view on that side. I just walked around like the edges, the periphery to do what I could do. I couldn't see her anywhere. And then I, walked around the block down the road a little bit and I don't see her anywhere, but I don't see any other cats either. So, I don't know what's going on. I can only do what I could do. I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of the inside cats, and I would like to get a video posted today. So far, I spent the entire day learning about finding lost cats. So hopefully the warmth that is given off here, the shelter of the greenhouse, and also this blanket with a familiar scent will lure her in. I'm not putting any food in here. They also say do not put a litter box outside. They say don't put her cat bed outside because all that does is attract other cats who then want to mark it for themselves, and it could, just keep her from coming back. I checked underneath the table cover. She's not under there. I also checked inside the shelters and she's not in either of those. It's 5:34 p.m. and it's raining again. And now we are supposed to be getting like heavy winds all night. I still have to scoop the litter and give the cats water, make something for dinner. It's just really hard right now because I've been spending so much time and effort trying to find Sammy. It's really hard to not get discouraged. Like really hard to not get discouraged. All I can do is all I can do right now and keep trying. And, they say you want to keep trying at least for 2 months. It's been 6 days since she was last seen on one of the security cameras outside. And, the weather's been really horrible for the past 6 days. So I'm hoping that's a factor. And I'm hoping wherever she's staying, she's at least coming out at night and finding food and water and taking care of herself. That's what I'm hoping. Here's Ziggy and Ringo. I checked in with my neighbors down the street who also feed cats. They haven't seen her, and I feel really bad because the one woman, she has a 4.5-year-old cat, and he was just diagnosed with a mass on his heart. So I guess he has some kind of tumor on his heart, and it's affecting his breathing. So she has to go see a cardiologist tomorrow with the cat, and it's really sad. It's a very, very young cat, so I hope the cardiologist can do something for it. It's just not a good time for cats right now. It's horrible. It's 7 p.m. and I totally forgot that we're supposed to get such strong winds tonight, so I cannot keep this open. I have to shut this door. This is a Shiba Perfect Portion. I opened it up and I'm going to leave it here on this plate in my garage, because this is one of the ways that you can tell if like a cat is trapped in your garage. And that is if you leave some food in the garage, and then if you check it in the morning, like if it looks like it's been eaten, chances are good that you have like a cat trapped in your garage. Now, I don't think she's in here, but this garage has been open quite a lot, like since the last time I saw her, because, I had to take the snowblower out, and then I was making the table for outside, and I was cleaning up the automatic feeder. So, she could have snuck in the garage and be hiding somewhere, because I know how good Sammy is at hiding. So I might as well see what happens. I wish I had another camera that I could put in here to see, God forbid, like mice come out and eat this. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll see what it looks like tomorrow. So this is what it looks like today. This is one of the cat finding tools that I just ordered today. It was on sale on Amazon. I can't believe it already arrived. I didn't think this was coming until tomorrow. So what this is a thermal imaging camera. It has a thermal resolution, super resolution, up to 8 hours continuous running, temperature measurement range from -4 Fahrenheit to 1022 Fahrenheit, 25 hertz image frequency. I don't know what any of that means. I bought this one because it had good reviews and it was on sale. So I'm going to give it a try. I don't know if I have to charge this first or put batteries in it or what. This is the tool. It is a nice size and it comes with a charger, and I have to charge this for at least 3 hours before I use it. It is 12:38 a.m. and I was just about to go to bed at like 12:18 a.m. and I decided to look at the security camera footage as I was going to bed. And at 12:17 a.m., like 1 minute earlier, it appeared that Sammy was here by the front door. So there's a camera right here, and there's a tuxedo cat right there. And the ear was tipped on the tuxedo cat. It looked like Sammy. It looked like, a cat that's been out in the cold for a week. And she was poking around here by the door, and then she went this way. So as soon as I saw that, I threw a pair of boots on, I grabbed my coat, and I grabbed a flashlight and the thermal sensor, and I ran outside, but I did it calmly because if she was around, I didn't want to scare her. And I walked around the entire yard. I could not find her anywhere in the yard. So then I walked along the sidewalk in a few different directions, but it's late at night, and the wind is insane tonight, like insane wind. So I was like, I'm just gonna go inside because it just felt dangerous to be out. So what I did was I grabbed some tuna, a can of tuna, and I emptied it into this bowl here. And with the wind, hopefully the scent will carry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here by the door and hope that she comes back for it. Now, what I was doing right before I was going to bed was I was doing a golden cord meditation. It's on YouTube. It is guided meditation, help your missing pet come home. And I was on my second or third time doing it in a row because I was like, well, this worked with Ditto. Like when Ditto went missing for 4 days, I really think that the reason why he came back the next day is because I was doing like meditations to guide him back. So I figured, let me do some meditations to try to guide Sammy back. And then the next thing I know, she shows up at the front door. I mean, it looks like her. I don't see any other tuxedo cats around here. Especially with tipped ears like that. It looks like her. So I'm going to assume it was her. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to try to do the meditations a few more times. Maybe she'll come back and get the tuna. Maybe she'll just come back. I don't know. We'll have to see. It is 1:40 a.m. and I put a second bowl of food out. I don't know if you could see it. It's a blue bowl, and it's to the left of the pink bowl. So what I did was I grabbed a frozen piece of fried chicken and I stuck it in the air fryer. Now, it's kind of stupid because I forgot that I have the other fried chicken that I bought yesterday in the refrigerator. And that's what I should have just, grabbed and stuck it in the air fryer because it would have been quicker. But I forgot that I had that in the refrigerator. So I took out the last piece that I had in the freezer and I heated it up in the air fryer, and then I picked out all of the meat and I stuck it in the bowl on the front step. I'm hoping that Sammy will smell it and come back because her favorite food is chicken. She likes it more than tuna, but there's tuna out there, there's chicken out there. I'm probably going to sit here another 10 or 15 minutes and then I'm going to go to bed. I did not plan on being up until 2 o'clock in the morning tonight. I thought I was going to be asleep by 12:30, But, you know, Sammy was here. That means she's close. She's in the area. I just don't know where she went. I have to figure out, like, where she goes. I know she went to the left. So we're looking at these bowls, and she went to the left of the steps. She did not go down the walkway. She, like, jumped off the steps, like, to move alongside the house. But I didn't see her on the side of the house. I didn't see her along the back of the house. Like, she left my yard. I don't know where she leaves the yard. I don't know what direction she leaves it. So I'm going to rethink some of these security cameras tomorrow and like what direction to point them in. I also bought another one because I feel like I'm running out. Like, I have 7 in the yard, but I'm like running out. I need more. So one of them was on sale and it was like $49.99. So I got that today. And I don't know when that's going to be delivered, tomorrow, the next day. I have no idea. And yeah, so that's what's going on right now. I'm tired. I'm happy I got to see Sammy, that she was here, but I would like to get her inside of the house, not just to the house, but inside of the house. Like, I wish I would get these notifications from the security camera, like, quicker than I've been getting them. It's 3:41 a.m. Sammy came back. I just woke up, I don't know, like 5 minutes ago, and I checked the security camera footage, and Sammy came back around 3:05 a.m., and she was hesitant to come up the steps, but she came up the steps. Then she ate a few bites out of the bowl with tuna. But then she moved over to the bowl with the fried chicken. She ate all of it. She ate all the fried chicken. And then I don't know where she went. So I got up really fast and I opened the door and I went outside, just, right here. I'm not walking around or anything. I would just like poke my head out and I was like, Sammy, I don't see her. But then I remembered that I didn't give her any water. I was like, oh no, I forgot to put a water bowl out. So I just put a water bowl out. That's the pink bowl in the middle. And what I also did is I grabbed a few handfuls of dry food and then I put it in the blue bowl on the left where all the fried chicken was that she ate. I put dry food in there. So, she doesn't appear to be starving too badly because she didn't eat the rest of the tuna, unless she just doesn't like the tuna. I'm happy she ate the chicken. I knew she would love it because she's a chicken girl. And I know it's definitely Sammy. 100% I know it's her. Maybe she'll come back and drink some water. Maybe she'll come back and eat some dry food. I don't want to scare her. I think it's a good thing that she came back. It's a good thing that she ate some food. So we're making good progress, and I need to get some sleep. I'm so tired. I probably only got 3 or 4 hours of sleep last night. So now I know that this anxiety is tied to a lack of sleep, because that's what happened when Stella was in the animal hospital. I was getting no sleep at the time. I was getting only a few hours of sleep a night, and that's when the anxiety was the worst. Well, obviously, there were other factors involved with that anxiety, but yesterday, I had hardly any anxiety. On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe it was a 1. Maybe a few times a day it was a 2. That was it. Today, right now, my anxiety is pretty high. Here's Boo. So I know it's related to lack of sleep also because, I was so happy last night, when Sammy came around 12:30, but then I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning waiting for her to come around, trying to find her. But then when I saw that she came back to eat, I was up at 3:30 to 4 o'clock, and then I went back to bed. So I got from 4 to 7, I got 3 hours, and then from 2 to 3:30, I got an hour and a half. So maybe I got 4.5 hours of sleep. So I'm definitely going to need to take a nap today. And I should be so happy right now. I should be so happy. Sammy's close by. She's outside. She was here. She ate some food. She looked okay. I don't know why this anxiety is so bad today. Okay, so actually I do. So yesterday, I did not take my supplements. I did not take my vitamins. I did not take my adrenals. I did not take those. I took the flower essences once, and then during the rest of the day, I forgot to take the other stuff. At one point, it was pretty late. It was 8 or 9 p.m., and I was like, oh, I didn't take those today. I should take them. But then part of me was like, no, you're doing good. You don't really need them. Well, I need them. So I blame that. So I blame a few things. I blame lack of sleep, and I blame the fact that I did not take my supplements. It's 8:35 a.m. Here's Nancy. She wanted to come upstairs. I just opened the window a little bit for her. So the plan for today is to actually be productive, get some work done around the house, and for work, sitting on my computer. And then hopefully also get a few hours of sleep, take a nap. And then tonight, to prepare for Sammy to come back again, late. So what I would like to do today is once the Lucky 7 are downstairs, and I only have Boo, Splash, and Simba left up here, maybe Nancy also because she likes to be up here, I want to somehow corral all of them into the bedrooms, either Boo's room or my room, so that when they're in these rooms, I could shut the door, and then I could open up the front door, and I could put a bowl of food outside the front door, and I could put a bowl of food inside the front door, and leave the front door open around 6 inches or so, or 12 inches. So that way, if Sammy shows up, she can just come inside the house. And then once she's in the house, I can shut the door. That would be the ideal scenario. The absolutely ideal scenario would be that all the cats are, put away. The Lucky 7 downstairs, OG4 in the bedrooms. and I put food in front of the front door, keep the front door open, put food inside the front door. That way she comes by to get food and she comes inside. Absolutely perfect scenario. That's what I would like to do. But in order to do that, I have to stay up late, and also all the cats need to be secured so that they don't run out. So that's what I'm hoping for. Now, the reason why I could not do that last night is because, I really wasn't thinking of it because I didn't know if Sammy was going to come back. Like, I was absolutely shocked to see her by the door the first time. And I hadn't seen her in like 6 days, almost a week. So that was completely unexpected. And I was so tired at that point, I wasn't totally thinking strategically. The other issue is the wind last night. Like, if I would have opened the storm door, even by just a few inches, the wind would have like totally ripped it open. And I don't want that. I mean, it was crazy, crazy windy. And today right now, it's still really, really windy. Supposedly, the winds are supposed to die down this evening, maybe like by around 6 p.m. That's what I'm hoping. Because it was so scary. Like last night around 12:30 when I was out walking the yard looking for her, I mean, I almost got blown over. It was like strong winds. And then I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I hope like none of the tree branches come down or anything like that, because, everyone was warned about, downed tree limbs potentially causing power outages and stuff like that. Right, boop, right, boop. It is 9:20 a.m. I've been drinking apple juice and water, and I took 1 drop of each of these 5 Bach flower remedies, and my anxiety has gone like way down. Like right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, like maybe it's a 1. Like it's way less than it was this morning, so that is really good. Here's Nancy. Something else I wanted to point out is that if I did not have these security cameras all over my yard, like I would not know what's going on with Sammy. Right, Nancy? And if I did not have a security camera pointing out my front door and another one pointing at the area right outside my front door, I would not know what's going on with Sammy. And also, because I have all of the other cameras around the yard, I specifically know where she has not been. So I am able to kind of pinpoint, okay, well, she hasn't been seen on any of the other cameras. Like last night, she wasn't seen on any of the other cameras. She was only seen on 2 cameras near the front door. So I know that her path around the yard had to be in areas where there were no cameras. So I just got another camera from Amazon today, and I have to charge it up, and I have an idea of where I'm going to put it outside, like along the house outside, so I'll be able to see more as far as if she comes around, like where she's going. But outdoor security cameras are like the #1 tool when it comes to helping to locate Sammy and get her back. What are you doing, Nancy? You okay, Nancy? You okay, Nancy? You okay, Nancy? Look at what's going on outside. So the wind is so strong that it blew one of the security cameras off where it was mounted, and it blew the cover off of that blue storage tub. That's the storage tub that I had the automatic feeder in. So I'm going to have to go outside and put those back where they belong. The water in the water bowl outside was frozen, and what's left of the tuna is also frozen. I put it outside about 6 hours ago, so that's how cold it is. I am so thankful that all of the rain that we've been getting, like yesterday, was rain and not snow. It's almost 11 o'clock, and here's Simba. And I got a phone call maybe 30 minutes ago from a neighbor that received a flyer who told me that they saw Sammy this morning and that they saw her the other day. So I asked where they're located, and they're like 4 blocks away from me. So it was pretty far. It was like the edge of where I was putting flyers out the other day. And I looked on the map and I was like, yeah, their neighbors across the street don't even have flyers. So it's like the very end of my like flyer distribution. So I got the address and I said, okay, I'm going to come by and I'll check out, see what's going on over there. So I just drove there with some flyers thinking I'll just put some flyers across the street. And I needed to do 3 blocks, just like, 3 blocks on a straight road. So I got out, I looked around their yard, I didn't see Sammy, and I put the flyers around, but it is so windy. First of all, it's 32 degrees out, so it's not too cold, but the wind, because it's so strong, it feels like it's below zero. It is so freaking cold out. Like it was taking my breath away. So I tried to hurry up as fast as I could and put the flyers around, and then I had to walk back to my car, and I don't remember the last time like I was that cold. Like, oh my gosh. It was like I was afraid I was going to get frostbite and hypothermia. It was just really bad. So then I got in my car. I drove home. I just got home. I'm drinking more juice and water. I'm going to take more of those flower remedies, and I need to relax a little bit. And then the cats are going to get their breakfast because they had dinner late yesterday. They had breakfast late yesterday. We're on like a late schedule. But I don't need this. This was like stress. So what happened was when I was on the phone with them, I said, please take a photo of the cat when you see it, because I've, had a few false sightings, people that think they see her, but it's actually a different cat. So when I went there, I actually saw a cat in the neighbor's yard that looked similar to Sammy from the front, but from the side, you could see it was a tortoiseshell. It was like a tortoiseshell tuxedo cat, which looks pretty unique. I think that's the cat that they saw. So I'm pretty confident that it was not Sammy. I've been sitting down to relax for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I just ate a banana. And I'm going to go back to the safe foods that I was eating before I started adding like additional things to what I'm eating. So I had a hard-boiled egg, I had a banana. I'm going to have some guacamole, but maybe I'll make like an omelet. Maybe I'll make like a 1-egg omelet and put the guacamole in there. So that way I'll have my second egg and the guacamole. And then that'll be my breakfast. And then I'll take the rest of my supplements. I took the adrenal glandular, but I didn't take the others yet. And then I have to get the cats fed. I feel like this is the most intense endurance event that I've probably ever been through. Like when Ditto was sick and I was nursing him for 5 months, that was an endurance event, but it was not as intense. It was like over a longer period of time. And at the time I remember thinking, well, I have to live like an athlete and I have to take care of myself. I have to eat right, get plenty of sleep. And that's how I got through that. I just kept saying, okay, I have to live like an athlete. This is an endurance event. Then when I had to TNR the Lucky 7 over the course of a month, and I was running back and forth to vets every few days and trapping cats every few days, that was an endurance event. And that was the same thing. It was like, okay, I have to eat right, I have to get enough sleep, and I have to just make sure, my schedule and everything stays stable, everything's fine. And, that was what it was. Now this, starting 2 weeks ago now? 2 weeks ago. So it's been 2 weeks. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago today was the day that Stella refused to eat anything, and it was the day that I brought her to the animal hospital. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been going through the most intense endurance event. And that's how I'm looking at it, because that's how it feels. Like one long endurance event. And I feel like it's not going to end until Sammy is safely back in the house and everything is fine. And until then, it is a balance between taking care of myself, taking care of the cats, taking care of everything else I need to do, getting work done, maintaining a job, and all that. That's enough. That's enough to do in one day. This is what I'm eating. My omelet kind of fell apart. So it's just one egg, some of the Trader Joe's guacamole, and then I remembered that I had some smoked salmon. So I put that on top. And this should make me feel a lot better. Time to be brushed. Okay, Simba, I've got to get brushed. You haven't been brushed in a few days. The one good thing, well, there's two good things about winter. One good thing is there's no fleas in the middle of winter. And the other thing is that the cats don't really shed much in the middle of winter. So I don't have to really brush them as much. See, I just brushed him and there's hardly any fur. I mean, there's some fur here on the sleeping bag, but he's been laying on it for quite some time. Simba loves being brushed, right, Simba? You have such beautiful fur, beautiful fur. Okay, Boo, you're next. Sometimes Boo likes to be brushed up here by the windows. I had to follow him. He's like, brush me up here, brush me up here. He doesn't like being brushed in front of the other cats sometimes, and Nancy was in the living room. It is 3:11 p.m. There's Nancy, Richard, and Ziggy. They're walking around. I just took a 3-hour nap. Oh my God, did that feel good? I could keep sleeping though. Like, I seriously could do nothing but sleep all day. That's how tired I am. But I'm gradually waking myself up right now because there are things that I want to do. Look what's going on here. That's Richard, Nancy, and Ziggy. I don't know if you could see them because of the lighting. Ringo's in Boo's room by the window. And little Eva and Goldie have been hanging out downstairs a lot. I really hope Sammy comes home tonight and walks in the door and stays inside because this is a lot of work. I'm making a temporary heated feral cat shelter out of this Chewy box because the temperatures are supposed to get down to around 11 degrees tonight. And every night this week it's supposed to be super cold like that. And I want to make sure that Sammy has someplace warm to shelter. This is a Chewy box that has been downstairs with the Lucky 7, so it has their smell all over it. And what I have inside is this K&H heated pet mat. Now this is a heated pet mat that can be used for outside cat shelters. It is a little bit too big for this box, but the way I have it, it's like a U along the bottom, so it comes up a little bit on the sides. This is plenty big for Sammy. Sammy's a small cat. Like, she could curl up in about half of the space on this blanket and stay nice and warm. So that's what I've done. Now it does have this cord that's wrapped in wire. So for now I've poked a hole in the side of the box over here for the cord to come out. And I've just made a square here. This is a 5-inch square. And I'm gonna cut out the square. I'm gonna definitely cut out the sides and the bottom. I might leave it as a flap. I'm gonna have to see how that works. If I do leave it as a flap, I'll probably tape it up because, you know, she's never seen this before, and I hope she uses it. The goal of this cat shelter is to put it in the front yard. I have cat shelters in my backyard, and I don't want to move those because those have been in use by other cats. Cousin Oliver, aka Ox, has been using them this winter. I don't know if Bob has been using them, but I want to keep them where they are. That's why I want to make this one, because I keep seeing Sammy in the front yard. I think she's more comfortable there. So I want to find like the best location to put this. I'm probably going to put it somewhere on the ground along the side of the house where she's been traveling. That way it's also protected by the wind, and it will be somewhat protected by the weather because there is a little bit of an overhang along the side of the house, and it doesn't get as much like precipitation and weather as if this was out farther in the yard or on the front steps. So that's what I'm doing. I'm definitely cutting this flap off because if I tape it up, it's just not going to want to stay up. And also it's not like a swinging door. It's not going to be able to go in and out. I might take some clear plastic and cover this with clear plastic. So that is one side. That looks good. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. And the reason why is because feral cat shelters always have to have 2 doors. In case a predator or a territorial cat approaches this front door, there needs to be a back door so the cat can escape. And yes, that can create airflow through the cat shelter. That's why it's sometimes nice to put some kind of clear plastic flaps over the doors or place the shelter in a location that's not going to get a lot of wind and airflow. Here's the shelter with the 2 doors. Now this is also the heated pet mat that I was sitting on outside the other day when I was just sitting outside trying to attract Sammy. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna sit on it again because I was wearing a big heavy coat. I'm gonna sit on it again to put more of my scent on it. Maybe I'll rub it on a few of the cats, of a few of her brothers and sisters, and then finish the rest of this box. This is the Sheba Perfect Portion that was in the garage overnight. I'm wondering if something was nibbling on it. I mean, look at that. Look at that area. I don't see any mouse droppings around it. It's really cold, but it's not frozen. I'm in the garage now, and I'd like to put some insulation on the bottom of the box, maybe on the top of the box, along the sides of the box. And I have this, it's like metallic bubble wrap. I don't know what you actually call this, but I could cut this down and use it. And I also have these. I have this piece of styrofoam, and then I have this. This is actually a piece of insulation. There's the insulation for the bottom of the box. The styrofoam piece fit perfectly along the ends of the box, so I cut a piece to fit. I'm gonna have to trim it. It's a little too tall, and I'm gonna cut the door inside of it. I took a break from building the cat shelter to eat this ravioli. So it is cheese and spinach ravioli with some of the Trader Joe's bolognese sauce. This is such a treat for me. Like, I haven't had this or something like this in years. So I am really going to enjoy this. Okay, back to work. So I've been taking some duct tape, some Gorilla Tape, and I'm just kind of like taping around the door just to like hold the insulation in. I just put the shiny bubble wrap on the 2 sides. So it's on this side and it's also on this side, and I attached it with duct tape. There's like some rolled up duct tape behind it, and then I put duct tape along the top. I have this kind of styrofoam along the 2 walls with the doors, and then I have the thicker insulation on the bottom. So now I'm going to put the heated pet mat in here, and I'm going to seal up the top, and maybe I'll put some insulation on the outside of the top. I think that would be the best thing. Here it is with the pet mat inside, and I have the cord running through to the outside of the box. This is plenty room for Sammy. Like, this is a really good amount of room for her. So I'm going to seal this up, and I'm actually going to bring it inside, plug it in, and see how it works inside first. And then I'm not going to put it outside till a little bit later, but I might figure out where I'm going to put it. Here's the top of the shelter. So I put the bubble wrap on top, and then I took some duct tape and I just taped all around the top with the duct tape. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, and this will also kind of just like weatherproof the bottom of the cardboard box. All right, so here is the shelter after I put the insulation on the bottom outside. There's insulation on the top. Now, all the walls have insulation inside. There's also insulation on the floor inside. And then, as you can see, there is the heated pet mat curled up around the inside. So, I mean, this is super warm for a cat. I don't think I'm going to put doors on, only because Sammy's never used this before, and I want her to use it, and I don't know if she would like understand doors. I think if she comes up to this like this and she pokes her head inside and then smells the heated pet mat, then she'll be more likely to use it. And if she curls up in here, it is quite snug, and there is so much insulation that I do feel it will keep her really warm, even with some cold air coming in through the sides. Like, it's going to keep her a lot warmer than not having a heated pet mat and not being someplace so thoroughly insulated. So I think that's the plan. If she does use it, then I could always put flaps on. Again, my hope for tonight is that she's actually going to walk in the door and not even need this, but in case she doesn't, that's what this is for. This is for like a backup. This is where I would like to put it. So, like, here's my house. Here is like the front steps. There's like this tree over here, and this is actually my mailbox post. So over here, it's pretty much sheltered on 3 sides. And then it has this open area. The cats like to look out this window. And then there's another big bush here. So it does get a good amount of shelter here. And based on the security camera footage that I've seen of her, she does seem to go through this area. So all I need to do now is get an extension cord and then run an extension cord from the side of the house to the shelter. The other option is this side of the front steps, which is also sheltered by a similar tree. I'm not sure which side would be better protected from the wind, though. And the reason why I didn't want to do it on this side is because I haven't seen her on this side as much. I've seen her more on the other side. Okay, so I actually just plugged it in, and what I need to do now is figure out how to set up a camera to record anything that's going on with this shelter. She should have plenty of room to get herself in and out of this, so we'll see how it goes. The ice from the water bowl earlier today has frozen to the step. Now that the shelter is outside, I need to clean up some of this mess. Now, I have decided that I am going to put the heated kitty cafe outside on the front step because it's so cold. Like, everything's going to freeze immediately. So I got to get that cleaned up and put out there. And the other thing, there's definitely a mouse in here. The reason why I say that is because there are mouse droppings. There's 2 mouse droppings in this bowl of food. So I'm going to throw out these bowls of food. I get them at the Dollar Tree. Like, they're just really cheap metal bowls. I'm going to get rid of these. I just put the table here. It does fit, but one of the legs snapped off because the top is so thin that the top corner just snapped off with the leg on it. Hopefully it's still stable enough with the other 5 legs that even if a cat jumped on top of it, it's not going to collapse. I have to just see if this will work with the security camera footage, if I'll still be able to see the shelter underneath it. But this does provide some extra protection for the shelter. I just screwed the leg back on, so what I did was, because it broke off with the screw in it, I just turned it upside down. So now, like, this is the bottom of the leg, and I just screwed it in, so at least it'll be stable. It's a little unlevel. But it is stable if someone was to jump on top of it. I just took this thermal sensor outside and I pointed it at the heated shelter that I made for Sammy. And it says the inside of the shelter right now without a cat in it is 42 degrees. So that's quite a bit of difference considering the outside temperature is only like 28 degrees right now. So that's without a cat in it. But if a cat goes in it and their body heat gets reflected off of the insulation, then it'll easily be much warmer in that shelter. We're talking probably in the 60s or 70s in that shelter. Dinner today is some of the Trader Joe's Thai shrimp dumplings. And I also made some steamed shrimp and some peas to go along with that. And then that yellow stuff is some hot Chinese mustard. I had a packet of that lying around, so I'm going to enjoy this. It's 9 p.m. Today I found some tabby fur on the sleeping bag that Simba enjoys laying on the day sofa in Boo's room. Now I have not looked at the security cameras yet to find out whose fur it is, but from behavior evidence, I would think it's Richard and Simba. Because Simba usually likes to lay there, and Simba was laying there earlier. And when I came in the room before, Nancy, Richard, and Ringo were all in this room, and all I did was say, "Who attacked Simba?" And Richard went running under the bed. So I think he's guilty, and I just wanted to document that is what happened. Simba's been in the dining room since then, and I petted him. I don't feel any wounds or anything. I don't see any blood, so it looks like just some fur has been ripped out. Also, where Richard is laying right now, he was laying there before, and then when he went under the bed, I looked, and there was also some fur on the blanket he's laying on. So I think that's more evidence that it was the two of them. There's Ringo. So a short while ago, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 minutes ago, I got another phone call. And this is from a neighbor who received a flyer about Sammy. I don't know if they received the flyer today or yesterday, but she was calling from a block away from where the other person called me this morning. The person that called me this morning said that they saw Sammy this morning, but then she went off somewhere. But they said that they'll, try to take a picture of her if she comes by again. The woman that just called me this evening said that her daughter saw Sammy last night around 11 p.m. The daughter was coming home from somewhere and saw the cat just like walking down the sidewalk or walking across someone's lawn, something like that. So she wanted to let me know about it. And she lives a block away from the person that called me this morning. Like, they both live on the same street. And that street is 3 blocks away from me, going in one direction. And then the woman that called tonight was 3 blocks plus 2 blocks. Imagine like an L shape. And the guy that called this morning was like 3 blocks plus 3 blocks. Another like L shape. So he was a little bit farther than where this woman's daughter saw her last night. But the fact that they're both so close together would make me think that maybe it is Sammy, and maybe she is going over there because maybe someone's putting food out for cats over there. I don't know. I did see that other cat this morning. It was like a tortoiseshell tuxedo cat. Supposedly that's like a neighbor cat. So maybe someone's putting food out for that cat and Sammy's been eating the food, or maybe there's just a warm place for Sammy to like shelter over there. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens tonight. I'm very much hoping that Sammy comes back tonight. I'm hoping she walks in the door. I'm hoping I can leave the door open while she's around, and then she'll just walk in. And if she doesn't, I'm hoping she uses the shelter and at least stays here and doesn't go wandering around the neighborhood. I mean, she'll have a warm shelter here, and she'll also have food in the food bowl. Like, what does she need? She doesn't need anything more than that. She just needs to come in because her family's inside. So I wish she spent more time here. Now, I did spend a good amount of time outside. I was setting stuff up outside, so my scent should be out there. My scent should also be in the patio area, the garage area. So I'm hopeful that she'll come back. But it is good that I put the flyers around, and I'm very happy that people are looking for her. So the woman that I spoke to tonight said that she took a photo of the flyer and she sent it to her husband and her other daughter. So she's going to have her whole family, on the lookout. And I told her, if you see her, please just take a photo. I just, need to confirm it's her, and, don't call her name. Don't chase her because I don't want her running farther away. I just need to like a positive identification, and, then I could go from there. It's 11:35 p.m. I'm trying to get everything done so I could just wait by the door and hope Sammy walks in. Boo just threw up all over the living room. Like, there's vomit here, there's vomit there, and there's a whole bunch of vomit here. It is 12:09 a.m. I just got Boo in his room. I got Splash and Simba in my room, although Simba keeps trying to escape, but I have the door shut. I put a TV in there, so hopefully they'll relax. I opened the window in Boo's room just a tiny bit so he could get some air. I just put some canned food in the heated kitty cafe. It's some of the Nature's Promise food that the Lucky 7 enjoy. And I'm heating up some fried chicken. And I'm hoping to put some fried chicken like inside the door. I just don't want to open the door yet because it's so cold. Like, it is so cold. I just want to get myself situated and relax a little bit, and then I'll try the open door approach. Also, I haven't seen Sammy at all. I don't even know if she's going to come by because it's so cold, so I'm just hoping she will. It's 1:13 a.m., and I have a doorbell chime hooked up. Do you hear it? It's behind a pillow because it's so loud. So I have a motion sensor on the front step now, so if like a cat or an animal goes on the front step, it sets off this motion sensor. So when I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, who's there? Because with the security camera, there's a delay. So I look at the security camera and it's Bob, the big feral tabby cat, and he's eating all the food out of the heated kitty cafe. So what am I going to do? I chased him away twice already. He keeps coming back. So I'm just going to let him eat it. It's half of a can of the Nature's Promise with a little bit of tuna on it. And hopefully he'll go away, and I'll just put more food on it, and then maybe Sammy will come by. I mean, it's a good sign that Bob's out, because I thought it was going to be like too cold for any of the cats to go out. But if he's walking around, maybe Sammy will be walking around also. Now it's the neighbor's cat. They're all eating the food. Every cat's coming around to eat except for Sammy. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.